OC, how did you know that Parsons was going to be able to rush the passer as well as he did? You're the only person I've ever seen to ever say that Micah Parsons could be a put his hand down guy. So I need that question answered.
The OC.
And Boss show me.
What does it say about those two guys that when they got hurt, we thought they would be further along before they come back, and now they might be here for the opener?
It raves about them and their competitive spirit, and
raves about them and a competitive spirit.
Like, we must have got a guard. That's the only thing that would have made him do that. That's it.
He know.
He know. Cause he been watching Twitter, man.
Man, ain't it funny? The people that was doubted are the people that showed up when we needed them the most. Woo! Oh man, we so ready. We ready for Philly.
My reefer with Henny and Coke. Please don't be stingy, got plenty to smoke. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Seem like they doing the most for the clout. Did what I said so they know what I'm about. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live.
Boss, show me.
Man, I gotta show you. See, cause we ready. And if we wasn't, I would tell you. You can trust that. I'm gonna break down why we ready.
Shot it. Fight for, see, that's how to go out. Don't go out, just sit back. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna take Matthew Golden. No, fight for, you wanted physical. You said you wanted physical. Fight for it.
Yes, indeed. Cowboy Nation versus Philly. Your QB better, your receiver better, corners, offensive line trending, defensive line rebuilt. You ready for the season?
Oh my God!
Somebody else said
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters.
Man, let me see if I got my button. Climbing out this hole. Here we go.
climbing out this hole with a frown on my face.
That's not necessarily true. I ain't frowning. Ooh, I ain't frowning. And I'm serious, bro. I'm serious. Welcome to Boss Cowboy Sports with Boss Show Me. We ready for Philly. And we ready for the season. See, this is where you want to do a season prediction. This is the time to do a season prediction. So, and I mean this. I'm going to show this again. We're going to talk about this and we're going to talk about some more things. Let me make this bigger. And I mean this. Your QB is better. Your receivers are better. Like, just think about it. Who is better out of CeeDee Lamb and AJ? Who is better out of Pickens and D. Smith? Your cornerback room is now better with Diggs. It's better. Diggs has saved the cornerback room single-handedly. He has saved the cornerback room all by himself, just by showing up early, not late, early. That has taken a lot of pressure off of us versus Philly. Now it's any man's game, because we know if you go against Philly, you got to try to stop the run. We know that. But now when you try to stop the run, or when you actually attempt to stop the run, guess what? You have guys on the back end that can help limit the vertical plays and the big plays. That is real. That is not fake. That is very real. Just because this man came back early, the game is now different. The game different. So let me tell you something too. I'm going to tell you something too. Even if Diggs need a ramp up, because the first thing I'm going to say is, even Diggs at 80% of his best version is still 200% better than the other Dallas corner options. So before we get into, hold on real quick. Let me do something real quick, because we're going to take some calls today. And what y'all need to know is I'm still the same. I only drink Kool-Aid when it's measured. Okay. Because before we made the changes that we needed to make, I'm telling you, and I was going to come on and say it live. I was going to piss a lot of Cowboy fans off, but I was going to tell everybody to their face, we're getting ready to get smoked. And I was going to look y'all dead in y'all face and say, bro, Philly is getting ready to smoke us. Especially the way that our trenches was set up. I was certain. I was like, bro, y'all finna walk out there with Jay, and you getting ready to walk out there with Mozzie, who the fans been lying on. So his morale probably in the trash. I like, bro, we finna get dogged walked. That's not the same no more. It's different. So just as I would have been honest to tell you straight up, that wasn't gonna work, I'm just as honest to tell you we're ready. Now, I still have some concerns, and we're gonna talk about them concerns, but yeah, keep in mind, truly 80% of Diggs. See, we got to be also a little bit patient though. Keep in mind, this man didn't have no real training camps. So I know we're toxic. I know a lot of Cowboy Nation is very toxic. And we have unrealistic expectations. We expect you to have no training camp and just show up at your best version. I'm not expecting that. I'm expecting some rust. But I'm also knowing that what's natural on this man is some ball skills. And you got two dudes that are now on the field together, Bland and Diggs, who are ball gods together. So Hurts got some problems. You better watch how you throw that ball, boy. You better watch. You better be on point with your accuracy, boy, because you got some boys that would take your ball, Hurts. Even not at 100%. But I'm also smart enough to say, take it easy on his back. Be patient with him. He had no training camp. He's going out there on heart, courage, and will. He is early. So let's be patient, even if it's a little bit bumpy. Be patient. Take it easy on his back.
Take it easy on my back.
Don't be the typical toxic Cowboy fan. Don't be on that toxic shit. Speaking of that, I promised that I was going to do some live blocking, and I'm getting ready to do that. I'm getting ready to block some people right now. Okay. Live. All right, let me see. Let me make sure this is and I'm going to show you why I'm blocking some of these people. Hold on. Okay, yeah. Finna get my block on. All right. So, I'm serious too, bro. Y'all know I don't play, bro. I don't play. Y'all should know. Boss is dead serious. Look. All right, so look. So I said this, and I mean this. It's time for a lot of Dallas Cowboy fans, media, and content creators to officially apologize. And some people doing it, and that's good. I love it because he's due it. He's here because of his work. He's here because he bet on himself. He's here because he went against the medical staff of the Dallas Cowboys and he paid his own money for his medical staff. And it paid off. And it was the right decision. It was the right decision, y'all. So let me get my block on real quick. So when I put time for a lot of Dallas Cowboy fans and media and content creators to officially apologize, let me scroll through and see some of these comments so I can see who I need to block. All right. So I'm gonna just scroll through real quick. Then we go get back. All right, let me see. Hold on real quick. Cause I saw some. All right. So this dude say gotta play well first. That's not blockable. Okay. That's his opinion. I totally disagree with it. I think you should apologize just from the slander that happened. The people that thought he wasn't gonna return, the people that bought into the leak that said he didn't work hard. I'm gonna let him make it. But this guy, he said, I won't apologize until he gets a haircut. So let me click. So then when I click on him, I see a picture with this dude with Jerry Jones. And then you talking about when he gets a haircut. That tells me that you are likely a Jerry kiss ass, and I'm finna block you, brother. Especially talking about haircuts. That's a insinuation that I don't like. So he's gone. Like when I see certain people, I don't even want to talk to you. So this guy said, Rick Dawkins, he said, will he apologize for those yards he about to give up? So you one of them people that's wishing death on your own player? So I know exactly what to do with you. And this dude got the Bible. He has the Bible and the family sit under the Bible. I don't know about your God, homeboy. Not when you wishing and speaking death. You should know better than that, Mr. Christian. Block. Certain people I don't want to see. My boy say, for what? I ain't gonna block you because that's just a question. Then he say, let's see how he plays first. I ain't gonna block that. I'm gonna let you make it. All right, I'm just. Okay, he said, does Diggs have to apologize for his poor play last year, which the Cowboys said was a result of his not taking his rehab seriously? So that just means you the type of person that believe leaks from front office. I'm not gonna block you. You just need to be educated. I'm cool with that. So this person say we need to see him play and be worth the shit. Nah, I'm gonna block you just because your temperament and talking about worth the shit. Nah, bro. I'm getting tiki torch vibes from him. The Jews will not replace us vibes. He said, why did he apologize after having his ass first knee injury rehab? This is stupid. Okay, just the fact that you put stupid by my comment, I'm blocking you. I'm telling you, bro. Listen, everybody that got a ride today, you gotta be locked in and loyal to your team. I ain't dealing with no suckery. Did he say when will he apologize for sucking when he was healthy? I'm gonna let you make it on that. So, I think everybody should agree with the list of people that I blocked. I think y'all should understand. So when you start having those KKK vibes and cut his hair vibes and all of that, bruh. I'm Matumbo blocking your ass. I just don't want certain people around me, period. Just if I even sense like when he cut his hair, block. I ain't dealing with none of that. I don't ever want you to see my content. I don't want none of that. All right. So I said I was gonna do that live. I want to make sure I kept my promise. All right. So let me also go back to Shotty. All right. And let's talk about this. Cause Shotty.
What does it say about those two guys that when they got hurt, we thought they would be further along before they come back, and now they might be here for the opener?
It raves about them and their competitive spirit and just the work that it takes. You know, these things don't happen overnight. You know, Trevon's a guy that, you know, really, truly, when he came back and started working closely with Britt and the trainers, I mean, just took huge leaps.
Wait, excuse me? Excuse me?
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
Brian, don't you... What?
You know, Trevon's a guy that, you know, really, truly, when he came back and started working closely with Britt and the trainers, I mean, just took huge...
Oh, my... What? So y'all gonna try to take credit for what my man did, bro? Is that what we do? Y'all gonna try to, ever since he came back? No, he was showing major results before he showed up to your training camp. God, see, listen, man. When I say we are truly the corporate America Cowboys, yes, we are. And see, I can't stand this because Brian, they are showing that you are a difference coach, man. Stay away from that. And no, I'm not taking it easy on his back. I'm going to kick Brian in the back.
Take it easy on my back.
What?
Spirit and just the work that it takes. You know, these things don't happen over.
I wish you would have just kept it there, man. Just keep it there.
What does it say about those two guys that when they got hurt, we thought they would be further along before they come back, and now they might be here for the opener?
It raves about them and their competitive spirit and just the work that it takes. You know, these things don't happen overnight. You know, Trevon's a guy that, you know, really, truly.
Just, you should have left it at, it says everything about their competitive spirit. Why couldn't you just leave it right there? But see, you had to send a signal to Jerry and Steve. I ain't mad at you. Listen, y'all, we've all worked in corporate America. And sometimes when you work in corporate America, man, you got to play the game, bro. It's just true. I ain't gonna even put all that pressure on him like that. I'm gonna say how it is. He already know what he need to say to make his bosses feel good. He knows. And that's what he doing. I'm just keeping it real. That's what he doing. He's saying what he got to say to make them bosses feel good.
When he came back and started working closely with Britt and the trainers, I mean, just took huge leaps and strides.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
He just took huge. Listen. See, I was talking to Terrence Parsons, right? And I've been knowing about Diggs for months, right? And I knew it was likely he was going to be ready for game one when I was talking to Terrence. Terrence was telling me. He said, man, Trevon is hooping. I said, what? He said, yeah. I said, he hooping? I said, yeah, him and my brother, they be hooping. And he told me that like 3 months ago. I was like, bro, if he already hooping, I'm talking about, you saying like hooping. He said, ain't holding back at all, going hard. I say, bro, if he hooping with all that jumping, he ready. But when you work for the Cowboys, hey, when he came back, he's grown leaps and bounds. So we got us a super chat. He said, what, boss, we got to hold that line like we used to back at CC. Ooh, bro, you Carter? Lexington, you a Carter boy? I ain't even know. Hey, listen, man. See, boys don't know. When you went to Carter, we was Cowboys, Carter Cowboys. So I be like, bro, you don't think I'm going to say what I got to say? When even my high school mascot was the Cowboys? Man, come on, bro. Yeah, man, we go to war for this squad, bro. Man, appreciate the super chat, bro. CC. Yeah. See, we was throwing up the X before Dez. We used to throw up the X. It used to be called the Vikes. We even did it on the streets. I ain't gonna even tell you what it meant on the streets. But put it like this. If we said we viked out, it wasn't good for somebody. If we said we viked out, if you saw us on the street doing this, it wasn't good for somebody else. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, but man, so yeah, I'm peeping game. It's all good. But listen, let's get back to the football. That was just some funny stuff. That was just funny to see Brian do that. I want to talk about the real reasons why we are ready for Philly. The number one reason we are truly ready for Philly and the season is because we wasn't ready, because we wasn't doing what Brian wanted. Brian completely told us at the owners meeting what was priority to him.
That being said, do you feel with what you've done in free agency and in both fronts that you can concentrate some of your draft capital on some playmakers on offensively, maybe a corner on the back end? Or
this is April 1st.
Or do you feel what you've done in free agency allows you to pursue that a little bit more in this draft now, and will you?
Yeah, great question. When we went into free agency, the thought was, let's get into the draft where we can take the best player available. In my opinion, that's the best way to go. And I think, talking to Steven and Jerry and Will, like, by making some of the moves that we've made, we feel like, yeah, we're not done. We still have things that we want to do. But like when you get into the draft and you're sitting there at those certain spots, the scouts have done an incredible job. I've said it to them. I say it to you guys. The scouts and the personnel guys, they're the experts. They do this 365 days a year. It's our job as a coaching staff to present to them, here's what we want, here's what we're looking for. And then the conversations at the combine were incredible. We had some really just awesome give and take about positions and the way you define a three technique or the way you define an offensive lineman or a tight end. But yeah, I feel like we go into this draft with a lot of confidence. Again, we're not done in free agency. We're always looking to acquire. We're always looking to compete in the personnel side of it. But I do feel like we've set ourselves up to go into the draft where, hey, we're sitting in certain spots. That's the guy's best player available. Let's take him.
So originally you can hear him explaining that his free agent strategy was to try to get in position to have the best players available. What really opened the door for him to also target at that time his top choice, which was Booker. The way that you know that was the case is just listen to him. He talks further. Listen.
When you look at how this whole NFC East shakes out, you've obviously been in the division.
Now, this is important. Look at his face. Look at his face. He started talking about the NFC East. You telling me he ain't taking that East serious? Yeah, that's the question that got his attention. Look at it. How do you prepare for this East? Listen. That's John Machota, by the way. He just got off the collective.
When you look at how this whole NFC East shakes out, you've obviously been in the division.
I like that. Yeah, he like, yeah, that's the question right there. That's the question. Hold on real quick. Got us a super chat. My boy Hallelujah say, boss, I feel like Jerry would get complacent with the roster if we win tomorrow and not try to improve it when we clearly need it. Yeah, that absolutely can happen. And we also got to stay focused regardless of the win of what happens in the running back room. And I'm going to talk about that. That's a very good super chat, by the way. Hallelujah. Good super chat. We go talk about that. Because, see, the season, I'm going to tell you right now, it's a hard season. It's going to be up and down. It's going to be up and down. If we beat Philly, a lot of Cowboy fans going to act like we won a Super Bowl. Beating Philly is not winning the Super Bowl. They are only, at best, a measuring stick of a pretty good team. That's how to look at them. It's definitely like we shouldn't over celebrate or under celebrate. We should be appreciative for beating them, but we supposed to beat them, honestly. I'm gonna be honest, because we're better than them, bro. Our team right now, I'm saying this, and this ain't no hope. Your team right now, talent-wise, is better. Now, the risk, and I'm gonna talk about this later, is some of the stuff that doesn't have to do with talent, like morale. So we have to be aware of morale, because morale is where we're slipping. I'm not gonna hold back and say what needs to be said. We are slipping when it comes to morale. Okay. But going back to it, listen.
What do you think that you guys have to do to be able to compete in this division to win the division?
What do you have to do to compete in this division? And compete in the division, that obviously has a lot to do with the Super Bowl, because Philly just won a Super Bowl.
Well, again, I think, number one, it's an incredibly difficult division. Addressing the front seven on both sides of the ball is something.
Addressing the front seven on both sides of the ball. Let me rewind that.
It's an incredibly difficult division. Addressing the front seven on both sides of the ball is something that we've wanted to do.
Addressing the front seven on both sides of the ball. So it's a whole lot of people that was saying I was negative when I was fighting for one tech. And I was saying they are not taking care of Brian until they get that one tech with Mozzie. Not to replace Mozzie, with Mozzie. Boss, come on now. You got to show some faith in Jay. I was like, if you don't get out my face with that stupid, like, see, it does get frustrating when you serious about ideas, and a lot of Cowboy fans want to hope and boot. Like, they want to, like, if you go to my Twitter, you'll see a whole bunch of Cowboy fans fighting against the campaign of hashtag trade for RB1. They over here trying to make the case of why upgrade? Why not go with what we got? It's like, bro, are y'all serious, bro? Y'all didn't see Philly go from Sanders to Saquon? Y'all didn't see that? Y'all didn't see how that made them better and put them over the hump? Y'all want to stick with a committee instead of a true RB1? Are we serious? That same fight was happening when we was trying to get the one tech though. Boss, you're panicking. It's the edges, boss. It's about the edges, boss. It's not the middle. It's like, bro, I can turn on the film and show you that the biggest runs versus the Ravens was straight off the A-gap, bro. It wasn't the edges. And when they was attacking the edges, they was attacking the corners. Y'all thinking they was attacking the defensive ends. No, they was attacking the corners. I did the film breakdown during the season, bro. Every running play. I saw it 1,000 times. I cut up the film. But boss, we're fine, boss, with Jay, boss. And you heard Brian say, build the trenches on both sides in order to compete.
Again, one of the mantras of our program is going to be you got to own the line of scrimmage. And so whether it's Philadelphia, Washington, the Giants, you know, they all have good fronts. And so
So now that we in hindsight, can you now see why some of us was pushing for Booker? Since we in hindsight now and we can look back and say, was Boss being negative or was he pushing for what was best? Was he pushing for what was best when everybody wanted Matthew Golden at 12 and I was over here like, hell no.
Oh, hell no.
My boy Chris 214 with the $10 super chat. He said game day tomorrow, ready for the star-studded watch party. Trade for RB1, ready for what? Bro, we finna whoop them, bro. We finna whoop them. I went from we getting ready to get blown out by 3 touchdowns, but now that they done got Kenny Clark, boss, you just trying to get us excited for the season. No. Do y'all remember I did that show and I showed the history of Super Bowl champs and I went back the past 6 years and I showed how every one of them invested heavily into the DT room? And I asked the question, is Dallas keeping up with the trend of superstar DTs winning the Super Bowl? See, then y'all was like, boss, that's a negative question. That's negative. It's so negative of you to ask us and show us this trend, boss. How dare you show us this trend of the teams in the past 6 teams that won it all had star-studded DTs. How dare you show us the truth, boss? I want to hope. I want to put on some positivity. And I want to hope that Jay is some kind of way a superstar. Even though you've also shown us that no 7th round DT rookie ever lasted. Since 2016, every one of them was waived or traded within the first year, boss. See, now we can answer this question with confidence now. So let's see. When I asked this question before, it was Mozzie and Jay. And y'all didn't want to hear it. Boss, how dare you ask us a common sense question? How dare you show us evidence? How dare you show us the starting DTs on all of these teams that just won a Super Bowl? How dare you? I want to hope, boss. I want to hope. I want to feel good. I want to be positive, boss. That's what they was doing to your boy. I was like, shut up! Get some of this truth, because you need it. We need this damn truth now. My boy say, with a super chat, he said, I became a Boss fan hearing your story on Law's channel. You truly touched my heart, bro. Keep pushing, brother, and I see your vision and knowledge. Man, appreciate you too, bro. And that wasn't easy to talk about, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. I never liked talking about that, just being honest. You know, Just keeping it real. My boy Rome, he say, boss in here not letting up. Bro, Rome, we ain't letting up on nothing. And you already know, bro. And we pushing for more. The next thing we pushing for is trade for RB1. We is still pushing. But let's answer this question now. Now, my boy Rome in the house. That's the OG. I tell you, it ain't nobody wiser in the space. That's the wisest dude in the entire space. I swear to God. So check this out. Now, let's answer this question. Is Dallas keeping up with the trend of superstar DTs winning the Super Bowl? So when I tell you we supposed to be Philly tomorrow, bro. Match it up. Line it up. They got some suspect stuff going over there, bro, on that front. That right guard ain't shored up like we think it is. They best guard, I just did a show with one of their content creators. He talking about, oh, he just had some cleanup surgery on the other knee when he had an ACL surgery on the knee when he was coming out of Alabama. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, just some cleanup. See, they trying to minimize. Like, nah, bro. Nah. And he dealing with a back issue. He dealing with a back issue going into game one, but he was a full participant. I'm like, all right. So when you line it up on both sides of the ball, our trenches are looking healthier and stronger. It's only one question mark I have, and that's Booker, because this gonna be Booker first game. That's it. But if we run the ball and get him what Coach Maul say, lathered up, don't come out there throwing. And let me tell you this. Lou will tell you this too. Me and Lou agreed on this when we were scouting Booker in the offseason. The best attribute of Booker is his pass protection. Take it easy on my back. So even though he gonna be going against an outright dog in Jalen Carter, you are now putting strength on strength. Nobody worried about no Philly. Philly should be worried about Dallas now. Philly should be worried about Dallas now. Yeah, I said it. The only thing, let me let Brian keep talking. Because Brian was cooking. He was cooking.
In this division to win the division.
Well, again, I think, number one, it's an incredibly difficult division. Addressing the front seven on both sides of the ball is something that we wanted to do. Again, one of the mantras of our program is going to be you got to own the line of scrimmage. And so whether it's Philadelphia, Washington, the Giants, they all have good fronts. And so from an offensive perspective, you got to be able to do that. From a defensive perspective, you have to be able to pressure the quarterback. But it's going to be really a fun division to watch, but one that we feel very comfortable in our ability to go and win.
Because, and see, listen, and I'm gonna tell you why I was nervous. I was so nervous when we was going in there with Jay and Mozzie, but more so Jay. I was nervous because let's just use common sense with us. What did our division do when Dallas was the number one offensive line? Did any of the people in our division approach our number one offensive line with rookie DTs? No. when we had the number one, when we had Frederick, when we had Zach Martin, when we had La'el Collins, or I forgot the left guard name. I forgot his name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. And Free and Tyron Smith. When we had the clear number one offensive line, what did Washington do to counter us? What did they do? Did they go get a rookie and say, oh, you just, give him some reps? No. They went out there and got Allen, and then they even doubled it up and got Payne. What did the Giants do? What did they do? They went and got Williams, and they went and got Dexter Lawrence. It was Leary. Thank you, Tristan Scott. It was Leary. Thank you. What did the Eagles do? Cox. So I was looking at us at first like, so in the division, everybody knew what to do when we had the number one offensive line. But Dallas, for a little while this offseason, was looking crazy. I was like, bruh, y'all getting ready to go against Philly, which is the number one offensive line, with the number one running back with a rookie in rotation. And that's why I was saying at first, they doing Brian wrong. Until they get that one take with Mozzie and get that rookie, push him down, say, we finna get our ass whooped. Because, see, we saw the history of what other teams did. Let's keep listening to Brian.
What do you want your offensive identity to be?
Hold on real quick. This is one of my favorites. Listen.
What do you want your offensive identity to be?
Physical.
What do you want your offensive identity to be?
Physical.
He said, what do you want your offensive identity to be?
What do you want your offensive identity to be?
Physical.
Physical. Without hesitation. Without hesitation.
Again, I talked a little bit in the opening press conference about, the marriage between the run game and the action passes. But, as a football team, as an offense, we want to be physical. My MO has always been to run the football. I really believe that the game, like I said, is up front.
If your MO is to run the football, wouldn't it help him with a true featured RB1 back? Wouldn't it help him with a true RB1 back?
Led the league twice, the coordinator. Proud of that. I think getting a guy like Clayton Adams really helps us as the coordinator. His knowledge, I've been tracking him for a couple years now. He's an incredible mind when it comes to not just the run game, but just how to attack defenses and how to get favorable leverage and things like that. But physical is the first thing that kind of jumps out at me.
So this was Brian yesterday talking about something similar. Listen.
Ed Werder, WFAA. You talked about creating a physical identity and your determination to emphasize running the football. But if you look at this team, it looks like it's best equipped talent-wise with the quarterback and the receivers to be more of a passing team.
See. That's why we need y'all to get with the campaign trade for RB1. Mike Frank with the great super chat. He said, boss, who would be your ideal RB1 trade target and best fit? That's an easy answer for me. Jonathan Taylor. Easy. Jonathan Taylor, without a doubt. That is my number one target by a mile. And I showed yesterday how Jonathan Taylor played in the exact same division, the Big 12, as Saquon Barkley. But he had, in 3 years, 1,300 more yards and 13 more touchdowns, basically going against the same dudes. The edge that Saquon has over him is agility, but nothing else. You will be putting a home run hitter in Dallas, and you likely wouldn't have to give away a first. You at best probably would have to give away a future third. My boy Freddie H say Taylor has a lot of miles. I'm okay with that. Saquon had more miles, didn't he? Who was drafted first, Saquon or Taylor? Who was called injury prone when Philly picked him up? Saquon or Taylor? See, these ideas, they not gonna be perfect, but they way better than what we got now. Yeah, I agree. He got some miles on him. I agree. So guess what? You could even use him as a bridge back. You can use him as a bridge back, meaning you pick up Taylor and you draft the back. And guess what you're doing now? Now you looking like Gibbs and Montgomery. So you got your young back next year and you got your veteran back. But the problem is, we, like this reporter was saying, we really built to throw the ball. But you got a head coach who wants to get behind the run game. But he ain't no fool either. He gonna have to say, I know I want to get behind the run game, but shit, where is my talent? It's at the receiver. So for the people that's like, oh, Boss, come on now, what would you even want RB1? Yeah, because we don't want Brian to feel pressure to have to force it to CeeDee Lamb and Pickens. We want him to feel comfortable to keep his run identity and to do what he said he wants. He said he wants to lead through the line of scrimmage. And he specifically said the run game. But are you going to do it in this particular Dallas? That's why everybody should be pushing the hell out of trade for RB1. And we ain't got to wait. Because some of y'all over here like, hey, let's just wait and see what these guys do first. Williams might have something to say. No, Williams ain't got shit to say. He ain't got nothing to say. Because guess what? We already know Taylor better. You ain't got to wait to see that. When Williams was not injured, he wasn't even close to Taylor. So what we waiting on? We talking about literally likely our last piece, just like Philly. And then let's just use our common sense. Wasn't Saquon their final piece? Let's just use our common sense. Sanders was over at Philly, where he had 1,300 yards and about 13 touchdowns. And guess what Philly said? We can do better. He's good. That's a good year. But we can do better. And guess what they did? They said, thank you, Sanders. 1,300 yards is a lot. 13 touchdowns is a lot. We'd rather have 2,000 yards. Take it easy on my back. But I swear to God, but you got Cowboy fans fighting the hell out of me on Twitter. Let's just see what these guys can do, boss. I don't understand why you want a RB1, boss. It's because I want to win the whole thing.
How do you reconcile that and create the right approach?
Yeah, that's a good question, Ed. It's fair. Again, you have to play physical in everything you do. You know, like throwing the football, you have to be physical, whether it's the protection aspect, the backs picking up blitzes, chipping some of the edges, receivers playing physical to create separation.
So
Dak.
So he talking about the passing game because he was asked about it. So he's explaining, you got to be physical in all the phases, not just running the ball. That's why he was talking about chipping, all the places you got to be physical. When a running back is blocking for Dak, he wants that physical. Yeah, that's physical too. So this doesn't necessarily mean he's going to come out super pass happy. He was answering the question.
Standing in there taking shots when there's free runners and things like that. But look, you know, we want to be balanced. We want to run the football. You know, there's got to be marriage between your runs and your passes. That's part of it. And then again, you got to be ready to adjust. And you can be very physical as a football team and not just do it running the football.
True. Yeah. Yeah.
You can do it other ways, and not my statement, but somebody told me during the interview process as we were putting our staff.
This is my favorite statement right here.
Staff together. They said the way that you can tell a physical football team is by looking at the smaller skill guys. They said the way that you can tell a physical football team is by looking at the smaller skill guys. They said the way that you can tell a physical football team is by looking at the smaller skill guys.
Take it easy on my back.
Oh, Mr. Nasty Time.
And that's one of the first things I noticed when I started watching his training camp practices. That's one of the first things I said when I was watching his training camp practices. I said, man, them receivers is blocking a whole lot harder than they was blocking with Mike McCarthy. Them receivers was getting, and that tells me that it's a mentality that's preached from the top.
The way that you can tell a physical football team is by looking at the smaller skill guys.
Take it easy on my back.
And if those guys play physical, then you're a physical-ass football team. And
And that smile lets you know that he believes that's what we are. And I saw them doing it. I said that before. I said them receivers they blocking hard downfield. They wasn't doing that with Mike McCarthy. They was taking some plays off on that.
Skill guys. They said the way that you can tell a physical football team is by looking at the smaller skill guys. And if those guys play physical, then you're a physical-ass football team. And I love that. I say it all the time. And so when I watch CD play and work in practice and dig out safeties and stuff like that, I'm like, that's pretty cool. Or Kavontae Turpin, or, Kyrie Elam. Some of these guys, if those guys are physical, you probably have something pretty cool going on.
Now, I ain't gonna ever lie to y'all. Even though he's saying all the right things, I still have a concern about physicality. You got to show me. Because I gave all the good things. I said Cowboy Nation versus Philly. I mean this. Your QB better. Your receivers are better. Your cornerbacks better. Your offensive line is deep. I couldn't even add everything because I keep going. The fact that you got Eberflus, who's a linebacker whisperer with a lot of linebacker talent. I'm trying to tell everybody, the player to watch tomorrow, I'm telling you before it happened, Murray. I'm telling you before it happened. And the player that's likely going to be the biggest liability, Sanborn. I'm telling you before it happened. So my boy Lexington with another super chat said, yep, we should be on that phone right now. Why have Temu products when you can buy durable name brands that will make you take you to the promised land? Man. Huh. What a fire super chat. And so check this out. I do have concerns, and I'm going to get into all of these. Okay. Obviously, trading for RB1, not having that running back that makes us run the ball, because we also want to feature that, right, and keep us in balance. We don't have that magnet to balance. Okay. I even though he talking good, I'm concerned about physicality. Why? Because it was times to where y'all showed up and you wasn't physical. You can talk good all you want, but you got to show me, right? So with the Rams, you got kind of bullied a little bit. And see, players take on the personality of their coach. I'm just being honest. Do y'all want me to lie or tell you the truth? I am a little bit concerned that Brian Schottenheimer have taken on too much of the care culture and not enough of the asshole coach. Because the asshole coaches go definitely get a physical team. But the guy that's calling the players, touching all of them, encouraging them all the time, I'm a little bit concerned about that going into this game. I'm just being honest. I'm never gonna lie to y'all. Hold on. Oh my God. I asked, do you want me to lie, tell the truth? My boy Wesley Gray said lie. I believe you, bro, because I know this true. A lot of Cowboy fans want to be lied to. You just on the wrong channel, bro. I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna tell you the truth. And I do know you telling the truth. It's millions of Cowboy fans that want to be told, man, it ain't no problem. They've moved on from Micah. They don't give a damn about people that's telling you that, lying to you. They lying to you. And see, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna tell you that it's a real problem with Micah and the morale. Yeah. And Dak is tone deaf. All that's true. We got a super chat. He said, what you're saying is get RB1, win it all this year. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying see, this is why you need to go for it this year. Do y'all really think Pickens is guaranteed next year? Do y'all think he's guaranteed? This might be your only year with Pickens, y'all. That's a possibility. It's a possibility that Pickens could hit the open market. And Dak is going to ball out with Pickens. Dak is going to get Pickens paid. So you might have 1 year to have two veteran number ones. This is the year to go for it. Yes. But I'm concerned about that physicality. So, and we go see that tested tomorrow. All right. I just want to be honest. I ain't gonna just give y'all all the rosies and not tell you that and lie to you and act like I don't have some concerns. I do. All right. So, but let's keep going though. On the well, I already explained the physicality. You know, you know, he might need to become an asshole a little bit. But real quick, since I was on concerns, let me go ahead and address the concerns real quick. I'm gonna just address these real quick. Morale is real. Okay? Now, I told the story, a true story, okay, of how when I was playing at the University of Houston, we lost our leader. Now, it was many people that got injured on my team, and we just stepped over them and kept going. It was like, we got to keep going. But when we lost this dude named Jerry James, and he broke his ankle, and he was hollering on the field. He was hollering. It felt like my brother was getting killed. I felt like, bro, and I felt the whole energy of the team. Like, we lost him. He showed up in a Tennessee game. And see, why is that a big, when I say that was big, that was the national champion Tennessee. We played them that year. And we had 20 surgeries after that game. 20. The national champs put 20 of us under the knife. 20 of our players had to get cut from one game. So if you balled out that game, we could count on you, because that was a tough, mean game where we got our ass mopped by the national champs. And my boy Jaren James showed up in that game big time. He was an All-American his first year in the country. Came straight out of JUCO. A dog. A true dog. So when we lost him, bro, we felt it. But then you got a lot of Cowboy fans that feel like, man, they grown, bro. They grown, bro. They don't give a damn about my. Yes, they do.
What's it going to be like on September 28th?
The worst. It's going to be weird. It's going to be.
What is it going to be like September 28th? He didn't even have to say, what game is that? He knew immediately. Oh, that's Green Bay.
What's it going to be like on September 28th?
The worst. It's going to be weird. It's going to be conflicting. And I hope he is not in the backfield in 2 seconds. Dead ass.
Dead ass and look right at him. I ain't playing. But see, you got to catch them words that he said. Weird, conflicting.
What's it going to be like on September 28th?
The worst. It's going to be weird. It's going to be conflicting. And I hope he is not in the backfield in 2 seconds. Dead ass.
That's my concern about tomorrow. Morale. Especially when you hear this.
Leader before you were named captain. The pulse of the locker room, what's the feeling? Some of these young guys were close, certainly.
The pulse of the locker room, what's the feeling? Because some of these young guys was close to Micah.
The guys on defense were close with Micah. How do you get them to divorce from those feelings and focus on, we got to get ready for Philadelphia? And I don't know.
How do you get them to divorce from the feelings like what we clearly heard from CeeDee Lamb?
What the locker room is feeling right now?
Once again, from what I got from the feel of the locker room, I don't think there was needed a talk or lifting guys up over the divorce or feeling down about themselves. I mean,
don't do it. Don't come in here with that. Don't come in here with this you can never critique Dak bullshit. I'm going to ask a real question. Only real men and women can answer. Is Dak in touch with the team? Is Dak in touch with the team? You got to be a real man to answer that. You can't be that's my guy. You got to be all about the Cowboys to answer that question. Is he in touch? Because he said, from my feel, ask CeeDee Lamb like this.
What's it going to be like on September 28th?
The worst. It's going to be weird. It's going to be conflicting, and I hope he is not in the backfield in 2 seconds. Dead ass.
But Dak over here, like, from my feel, I ain't crazy.
Was needed a talk or lifting guys up over the divorce or feeling down about themselves. I mean, or about the situation. It's a business. And I think a lot of guys in that locker room know that, have felt that to some extent or not. And I just think that was just another realization of it, of this is a business. And hell, if anything, I hope it was a wake-up call to some guys, right? Like this is for our life. And every day you come in here and you approach it as it is for your life. We're blessed to play a game for a living. So, yeah, the locker room have seemed upbeat. The ping pong games have still been going on, and yeah, we're focused on Philly.
Life goes on.
Dak, what kind of example does the
What's it going to be like on September 28th?
The worst. It's going to be weird. It's going to be conflicting, and I hope he is not in the backfield in 2 seconds. Dead ass.
That's what I'm concerned with. It's not the talent, because at this point, I feel like we got the talent. It's the morale. And so listen, I know it's a lot of people like, boss, come on, man. They're grown men. They go shake it. They supposed to shake it. They're professionals. It's like, bro, no, these guys are not robots, bro. They got feelings. So for people that think like that, I'm going to be honest with you. You are no different than Mike McCarthy when he looked at them going into the first San Fran playoff and he said he sensed nervousness and he did nothing. You ain't no different from him. And what I would say to Mike McCarthy, if you sensed nervousness in your young team, what did you do to try to change the environment, sir? What did you do to try to uplift the morale and settle them down? What did you do? Because some of y'all really believe he ain't got to do nothing. So listen, y'all. I'm not crazy. This is Osa's Twitter page. When you got on your personal profile, Micah Parsons and you side by side, that's your boy. This is bigger than football. This is my brother. Did he change his profile pic? No, because they still love him, bruh. And CeeDee Lamb cried out and we not paying attention. The human side of us should make us encourage them. Let me say that again. The human side of us as fans should have us encourage them. I specifically tagged him, CeeDee Lamb, and Wanye because I know they really rocked with Micah as a brother. And I told them on my Twitter. Will they read it? I don't know. But guess what? I want to do my part to say, hey, bro, it's okay to feel how you feel. It's okay. I know y'all not robots. I get it. I've been there too. I've been there. I've been exactly where y'all are, where I saw my partner with his ankle broken and my heart was hurting for him, bro. And I was hurting for us. Like, we just lost him. My head coach didn't give us a speech. He wasn't smart. If he was smart, when we lost our leader, he would have said, bring it in. Bring it in. Let's talk. We just lost Jerry. That's a big loss. That's a big loss. I understand y'all feeling it. But hey, we got UCLA coming up. I ain't gonna tell y'all to shake this, but we need to stay focused. And he will be back. He not dead. Let's finish this practice strong. I needed that talk, but I never got that talk from my head coach. So we got our ass whooped. And I needed that. I needed that talk. I needed somebody to say, hey, bro, we gonna be all right. I know we lost a dog. So my concerns with Philly ain't talent. I feel like talent-wise, we got more than enough. But what I don't want to be is Mike McCarthy. And I refuse to be Mike McCarthy. I will not be Mike McCarthy. I will not be that dude that's watching my brothers cry out and I say nothing. What kind of shit is that? Like CeeDee Lamb publicly said it's going to be conflicting. Did anybody encourage CD? Did anybody say, don't do that shit Dak doing? I tagged Dak too. I like, Dak, you need to go talk to them, bro. Did he see it? I don't know. Will he respond? Probably never. But at least I'm trying. I'm not just talking about it on the podcast where I'm talking behind their back. I tagged them, bro. You need to go talk to them, bro. You need to go talk to them. And then I reached out to them. Hey, fellas, I know y'all was cool with Micah. Let's go whoop their ass, bro. But I also recognize the fact that it's okay to say y'all not robots and that you got a heart for your brother. Shit. Did I reach out to Diggs? I might have left him out. Hold on, let me do that real quick. If I didn't, let me just do it real quick. Because I'm trying to do it before the game. That's what I'm doing. That's my goal. I want to try to encourage them before they play. Hold on real quick. I ain't gonna show it. I'm gonna just do it. Hold on real quick. Let me go back. Because this is Cowboys business, bro. And shit, I really do believe my voice matter, bro. I didn't add Diggs. Let me add Diggs. Y'all give me 1 second. And he probably won't respond, but I'm not doing it for them to respond. I just want them to see it. This ain't about them responding. This is about, I'm trying to encourage you. Maybe it's going to make you sleep better. Maybe it's going to make you say, yeah, that's all I want. I just want your head clear for tomorrow. That's all I want. You ain't got to respond. I don't give a damn about none of that. All I care about is, did it go in your head? That's all I care about. Hold on real quick. Let me send this tweet out to OG Diggs. Y'all give me 1 second. All right. All right. So I did my part, because I'm not gonna sit up here and talk about it and not at least, because if Dak ain't gonna say nothing, shit, I'm gonna say something. If Dak up here like, we playing ping pong, nah, them dudes is crying out, bro. Them dudes. So anyway, all right. So anyway, talent wise though, shit. If it's, I'm gonna tell you like this, I have no doubt. If Diggs show up with a clear head, if CeeDee Lamb show up with a clear head, and they not conflicted at all, Philly is in trouble. They are in trouble. And I'm not saying that on no homo stuff. That is pure logic. It just makes sense. Your quarterback is better. Your receivers are better. They have the running game, but we have the linebackers. They have the running game, but now we have the DTs. We now match strength for strength. Let's play ball now. And you can trust me, because I'm telling you, I was gonna piss everybody off, and I was ready to, and I didn't care about doing it. I was gonna come up here. If we would have walked in there with Jay and Mozzie, I was gonna walk right up here and say, bro, we finna lose by 3 touchdowns. My boy Real True called me and he said, boss, what's finna happen? I said, yeah, Dallas. Before we got Clark, I said, oh, we finna lose by 3 touchdowns. They finna blow us out. He said, nah, boss, not you. I said, shit. I said, nah, bro, no. I'm gonna be honest, bro. But I'm just as honest on Philly. If they walk in there with a clear head and determined to be physical, bro, I'm telling you right now, we finna walk away with this dub. And I'm not gonna even be over here like, yeah. I'll be like, bro, I know it, bro. Next, shit. Next, let's go to the Giants. I swear that's how I'm gonna be. I ain't gonna be over here, like we won a Super Bowl. I'm gonna be like, bro, we supposed to beat them. We better. We just gotta make sure we not in our own head. We better than them, bro. Yeah. See, because you know what most people would do? They would look at the talent of the quarterbacks. Most people, when they trying to figure out who the best, they gonna say, look at the quarterbacks. Ain't no way you gonna put Hurts on Dak's skill level. It's no way. Now, it's a lot of Cowboy fans, they like to give Hurts credit for what the team did, and they do that to hate on Dak. The smart fans don't do that. The smart fans look at the individual play of the individual in a game. They don't give the team success to the quarterback, nor do you give the team failure and put it on the quarterback.
Down the bottle, it be going right through me. Brown baby down to take a flight to me. They think that I'm stunting, but it's slight to me. Piling paper got them talking nice to me. Guess that's why the labels want the rights to me. CD on my back and it feel light to me. They think that I'm stunting, but it's slight to me.
Let's go! It's just right that we open up these phones before game day. All right, so let's get it, y'all. Let's get it, y'all. Talk to the people. Make sure y'all hit that like too, man. Make sure y'all hit that like, man. As y'all coming in the door, we go talk some ball with the people. With the good people. All right. Chris 214, you live.
What's up, boss? How's it going, man?
Man, what's up with it?
No much. Hey, before we get started, hey, man. Hey, y'all been noticing something about you lately, dog.
What's that, bro?
You you've been sitting extra close to that camera. I know what you're trying to do, bro. Like you're trying to show them waves off, dog.
Hold on real quick, bro. Hold on.
All participants are muted, and they can unmute themselves.
Hold on real quick, man. Say, man. Hold on real quick. Hey, Christopher 4, I've been capping.
Huh?
I've been capping on them boys.
Yeah.
That's cold-blooded, bro.
You been sitting extra close, dog. Like, I already know what you doing. Hey, bro, like, I ain't mad at you. You show them.
Hey, show me. You feel me? Show me.
Yeah.
That boy say you been sitting closer. Hey, I've been turning to the side. All of a sudden, I've been turning to the side on them boys. All of a sudden, I ain't never showed my full profile. Now I be showing my profile all the time. Now I be finding a reason to look behind me. Hey, man, what's going on, man? Hey, what's going on, baby? Hey, you stupid, boy. You stupid, boy. That boy say you been... Yeah, what's on your mind, man? What you feeling about this feeling? 214. Hold on real quick. Hold on. 214. Hold on, 214. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, you good now. Go ahead.
Nah, I'm good, man. Hey, man. Football is back. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Like, we get to buckle up. We get all the talk stops. It's time, hey, show us. Time to show us, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And look, man, like, I ain't finna pull my pants down, bro, because we're going against the champs.
Right.
I don't care. I do not care. You know what I'm saying, man? Like, we just gonna come out here, try to bust you up, you know what I'm saying?
That's
and,
it.
Hey, like, we gotta have that mindset. And just like you saying, man, like, I know them dudes ain't robots. They are not robots. We all have feelings. We all go through stuff in real life. Like, I feel like that's real.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we all been up in the locker room. Everybody don't like each other. But for the Cats, I don't know how many. I don't know how divided it was about the Micah. But if you was one of them Cats who, I guess, wasn't too fond of Micah, you better show up.
Yeah, you're right.
Ain't nothing wrong with you.
Right.
Ain't nothing wrong with you.
Yeah.
You should be happy.
Right.
That now you got an opportunity or whatever you think that, I don't know, but you better show up.
Now,
Everybody
I will say this.
You especially better show up.
I will say this. It's one group that I'm certain is not tripping that he gone. Defensive ends.
Which one?
The defensive ends.
Oh, no.
Because that's just
them boys hungry.
Exactly. That's just the nature of competition. That's it. I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? If somebody left your room that was a dog, you know that means you finna get more. This is your opportunity. So I guarantee you Sam Williams is not tripping. He not down. I promise you that. You know what I mean? I promise you.
Yeah. Yeah, and so that's one of my biggest things tomorrow night is who's gonna step up. We got Sam, we got Fowler, we got Ezraku, James Houston. I mean, like, we got some pass rushers. Like, we ain't just flat at pass rushing. Like, we still got some guys that can get out the, Hurts and stuff like that. So, like, I'm not even worried about that. I just want to see who's going to step up. And
exactly.
I totally believe that we can do that.
It should be motivation
that's
for him,
pretty
bro.
much all I have.
It should be motivation for him.
Nah.
You feel me? Like, if you
It
over
really
here,
should.
like, everybody talking about Micah, generational, you got to use that as motivation yourself. Like, bro, I'm finna make them shut up with that, bro. I want them to be talking about me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah. I really wanted to be Sam Williams. Like, Sam, he gotta show up.
Yeah.
I really do.
Me too, man. I hope it's Sam too. Sam, he look hungry to me. He always look hungry to me, to be honest.
He does.
He's always look hungry. So
yeah.
I think he just been waiting on his opportunity, man. I feel like he trying to shoot out of a. He like a horse trying to shoot out that, you know what I'm saying, at a Kentucky Derby. That's how I feel like Sam is. And I think if anything, he need to be kind of like even. He might be too hype. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, because like, especially, you know, he's gotten injured last year, and even last year with Micah, he was even supposed to get more burn, but he ain't never get a chance to do that. So now that Micah is gone and he's healthy, like, he's now kind of like the guy in a sense.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. It makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, you preaching.
Sure, man. That's all I've had, man. I know you probably got some more.
Yeah, I got some more.
Keep in line. Yes,
appreciate
sir.
you, Chris 214, man. Let's knock these Eagles out, bro. I'm excited about it. Let's get it.
All right, man. And don't drown over there, dog.
Yeah, man. It's over. It's over, man. Yeah, we supposed to be ending the wave contest tomorrow, so it's over. I think I already won this thing. It's over. All right, 757, you live.
Boss Cowboy, what's good?
Who is this? Week.
Hey, this James, man. I told you I was gonna call in tonight. We was on Twitter back and forth.
Man, what's up, James? Good to hear from you, man. Let me show your
what's
tweet.
good with you, man?
I'm glad to hear you, man. You not on that road?
Yeah, I am. I'm rolling right now.
You pushed through it, man. I appreciate you calling in, man. Let me show your tweet. Cause yeah, we go ahead and talk about what you was talking about. I'm gonna show your tweet as we talking.
What I was saying was, you know, Diggs is gonna have to be phenomenal in order for the Joneses not to even think about trading him.
Right.
That's what I was saying. I wasn't saying that I wanted Diggs traded because I do not. I didn't want Micah traded. I wanted the D tackle along with
Micah. Right.
You know, so
yeah.
With Micah, exactly. We always get one or the other. We never get both. We never get three of them. You know, RB1, like I said, I don't know who I tweeted this to. We had RB1 in the third round. We drafted an injured cornerback. Now, some people might not agree with me. They might like the cornerback other than the running back. I would have took the running back myself, but that's neither here nor there.
Right.
You know, we got to figure this running back thing out, man, because I don't like what we got in the room.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll work tomorrow night. You know.
Right.
But we'll see.
We'll see. And see,
I'm all out again. Yeah.
And see, I want to highlight this because first of all, you've been always participating in the comments. Always. And always some of the best comments by you, James. And this is what he said. He said, we're going to need Diggs to be all world this year because the Jones would be forced not to even think. And see, I'm glad you said that because it's a lot of anti-Diggs. You know, it's a lot of anti-Diggs. And I also for James that we're not going to be realistic, right? He's come back early. He's had no training camp. Anybody with common sense should expect some type of lag. You know, a conditioning lag, a play lag. He hasn't played, you know? So his first action and true action is tomorrow. So, but you know how Cowboy fans are. If he miss a tackle or if he winded or if he get beat one time, they go turn on him, to your point. And it's not even realistic. It's no way real. We should be thankful that he's even on the field.
Man, let me tell you something. For him to come back as early as he has came back from that injury, you know, that's incredible within itself.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what the haters expect from that.
Right.
Because it's like you said, there's a lot of haters out there that just don't like Diggs. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know what the man got to show you. Yeah, he missed tackles. You know what? Everybody missed tackles. Everybody, sometimes people don't stick their nose in there. You know how sometimes it is. But when you look at the overall, his overall play, man, this man has been great for us.
Yeah.
And for you just to want to throw that away, I mean, I just don't understand that.
And you know what killed me is some people be like, well, what has he done in 2 years? It's like, bro, he's been injured for 2 years. It's like, it's nothing go please y'all. It's nothing go make y'all happy.
Right.
Nothing. So it's like, on this one, I'm just glad he back. And I just want him to finish healthy. If he finish healthy, cool. And I want him to, I'm going to give him about 5 games to finally return back to form. I'm gonna give him 5 games. So I'm gonna deal with the roller coaster of Diggs for now, because I expect the roller coaster. And if let's just say if he came back and he just balled out, boy, I'm gonna be like, say, bro, y'all better.
That'll be crazy. That'll be crazy if he do that.
Man, that'll be like. If let's say in the next 5 games, if he get like 3 interceptions, even if he get beat a couple of times, I'm gonna be like, bro, he is way ahead what you should be. So I'm glad you called in, James.
I'll take that.
I take that.
Yeah, man. I just, I told you I was gonna. I told you I was gonna call in, man, because I felt like when I posted that, I felt like some people took it the wrong way because I was reading the comments. I was like, hold on a minute. That's why I reposted. I was like, hold on a minute. I'm not that Cowboy fan that's hating on Diggs. No, that's not me.
No,
I was just,
that's Twitter, man. Them people don't read good.
What I was saying.
Oh yeah, Twitter don't read good, bro. They don't. They're horrible. Most people horrible readers. I understood exactly what you said. That's why I said sad fact on Diggs below, because I was agreeing with you. I was like, he gonna have to ball out.
Right.
Just to make sure Jerry and them don't target him. Because, see, it's the Cowboy fans already trying to get rid of him. They already, what if Revel
Man, they've been trying to get rid of that man. They've been trying to get rid of that man for 2-3 years, man. It's just, I don't get these damn fans, man. I don't get them. But I'm going to say this one last thing, boss, and I know you got other callers. We need to come out. We can't come out flat tomorrow night.
Yeah.
We got to hit somebody in the damn mouth from the rip. Right. Whether it be Donovan Wilson, whether it be the offense making a big play, we got to hit them in the mouth just in case if the morale is not exactly where it needs to be. We need to have something positive to happen so that this shit can go, it got to happen like that. Because if we come out flat, man, ain't no telling what. And then you got the Micah thing still looming. It's only been a week. I know people saying, man, move on, and I get that. It's only been a week, and he got boys on that team, so we got to come out. We got to hit somebody in the mouth from the damn kickoff. We got to hit somebody in the mouth.
Man, I'm so glad you said that, James, because you know what I was thinking? This team need a win, but I like what you said better.
Yeah.
This team, because, see, if we start winning, that's going to take the smell of Micah all the way off everybody. You know what I mean? If we start off 2-0, of course they going to still miss him, but it's not going to be as heavy on their shoulders. But I like what you said better. For tomorrow, somebody got to knock somebody block off, bro. You right.
Yep.
Out the gate. We going to set the tone.
I'm almost at the point I don't even give a damn if it's a penalty.
Yeah.
I ain't talking about no crazy penalty. I ain't talking about no crazy, penalty. But if it's a penalty and you knocking somebody on their ass, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Just a wake up call. Yo, you in a fight. You in a fight. So this shit ain't gonna be easy tonight. That's what I'm looking for out of them.
Man.
Tomorrow night.
Man. Love it, James. Hey, you need to call in more. You do. You know that. You know.
I know, man. You know, man. I'm always listening, man. And I be driving,
Yeah,
but
you gotta be
I
safe.
made sure I was gonna call in tonight. Yeah,
Man, I appreciate you called in,
Yeah.
man, and I know you be on that road. That's why I always, pray for you when you're on that road, man. Y'all make sure y'all say a special prayer.
Yeah.
We one of the people that help him get home safe. So I had him 2-hour shows.
Man,
so
let me tell you something. You get me through the night. You get me through the night. You and other content creators, y'all get me through the night. So I love y'all for that, man. I really appreciate that.
Man, shout out to the truck drivers, man. Y'all keep the economy pumping, man. We can't have all the toys and the gas and the things we take for granted unless y'all moving it, man. Thank you, James.
I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
That was
Appreciate everything you do. And all the other content creators,
Yeah.
man. I appreciate all y'all, man.
Oh,
all
man,
y'all
yeah.
be on point.
Man, I appreciate that, James, greatly, man. I'm glad to talk to you again. All right, that was James Ruff, man.
Yep, glad to hear. Yep.
All right. Yeah. And see, listen, man. Like, what we do is important, man. The real talk. Like, it's not even just the content. Sometimes we helping people be safe. You know what I mean? Like, he used us to get through the night. He ain't playing. Like, when you on that road and you got your 8-hour ride, then you like, all right, what's gonna make this 8 hours pass? Boss got a 2-hour show. Law go talk for about 2 hours. Then Sky go have a 2-hour show. That's 6 hours right there. 6 hours on just 3 of us. And then by that time, he just got 2 hours left and he feel like he homebound. So we got us one more call. Rolanda. Let me see. Did I say that name right? Hold on real quick. Yeah, Rolanda. Here we go. Rolanda, you live.
How you doing? Okay, hi, boss. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Oh, good. Good, blessed. I just wanted to say, thank you for, sending those messages out to the guys. I'm sure that's going to encourage them,
hopefully,
even if they don't reach back out to you.
Yeah.
But at least it's out there, you know.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure, they're consuming, social media all the time, so I'm pretty sure they'll come across it.
Yeah.
Be encouraged.
Yeah. It's
Well,
it's too many fans that's toxic. It's not enough that'll say, hey, man, because we almost treat them like property. We almost treat them like they're our entertainment property. So it's like, no, they're men. They have humans. They have friends. They have pain. Come on now, So if you can be sad because you lost your coworker, they can't be sad. So it's just right.
I agree. They're people too.
Yep.
Well, I just had a statement that I thought of while you were talking to the other caller. Harness your pain and turn it into a championship. They've gone through. At the beginning of the off season, everything was going, smoothly. The only thing that was on the news was Cavante Turpin getting arrested, and that came of nothing, and everything was just, hunky dory. And then as soon as training camp, hit, and Jerry has his first press conference, just throwing Diggs under the bus and throwing injured players under the bus, it was on.
Yeah.
And of course there was hit jobs that were done prior to the off season in regards to Micah, so that
you own
so that so that created a whole storm of things happening, and then you're coming off from a lame duck season under Mike McCarthy, and of course he says I can't take this toxicity, so I'm leaving. And so that just boils over, and you get the mess that you're in. And that's why Micah's not here, and it's not fair. And it's not right.
Yep.
I do have some questions though. I noticed that you did a video about, the Cowboys' past finances, how they were kind of dealing with dead cap money, and how that kind of built it up over time. They're still paying dead cap money, for their players that are not on the team anymore, and how they misuse the franchise tags. That causes, a lot of debt. And so I guess that also causes them to try to fix, narratives about certain players. So, the fans can hate them. And that way people don't feel too bad about them leaving, even though it's all because you're trying to alleviate some cap space.
Right.
Really, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
And I was just wondering, do you think the Cowboys would benefit from a more like a financial board, of more than a few people, maybe 20 people that can help them with the books? Maybe Steven shouldn't be just the only guy over the finances. Not that he's doing a bad job, but I mean, he got him out of debt before, coming off the 90s and stuff like that. But still, maybe they need some more assistance, because I think they just have that one guy that used to be Jerry's friend from college or something that's over it or whatever. So I don't know. And I'm definitely sure they would benefit from upgrading their, training and, medical personnel, because I think Britt Brown only has 2 people working under him or whatever, and he would need, maybe more hands on deck.
Yeah.
And the other guy needing more hands. So from those 2 aspects, I think that would benefit the Cowboys a lot more with the financial part and lessening injuries.
Investing into the trainers.
Yeah.
Well, let me address both of them quickly. I'm gonna be quick with it too. I don't think it's the advisors, because Jerry is probably the most financially savviest person probably on the planet. You know what I mean? Like when it comes down to maneuvering money and creativity, he's the guy that installed the cap out of all the owners.
Yeah,
his turn paper when he was at Arkansas was how to bring real money into the league. He's obsessed with NFL football and finances in football. I think what happens with him is his emotions. I think that's what it gets him. And you can have all the advisors in the world, but if your emotions are not in check, you're gonna make bad financial decisions. So likely he has some type of affinity or a liking for Zach Martin to where he couldn't do what he did to Micah. Because see, if he was just thinking soundly, just on pure business, no relationships, that would have been an easy bullet. That would have been, oh, you in your 30s and you trying to skip the line? And I got to pay Micah, I got to pay Diggs, I got to pay Steele, I got to pay Dak again, and CeeDee Lamb? Oh, no. Like a Jerry with no emotions would have got on the phone and say, what y'all trying to get for Zach Martin? But because he emotionally tied to him, he yields. But with Micah, he was hard. You know what I mean? And I think he had a relationship with Micah too. But but I just think it's the emotions of it. And but regardless, it's bad management, and then it puts you in a hard situation. Like when it's time to pay somebody that's a real star. Cause it also don't make sense to hold Micah feet to the fire for 5 years when you paid most of these frequent players 4 years. It's a mixed message. It's inconsistent. And it's like you're punishing me for being good and you giving the dudes that's role players a break because they want to be team friendly.
Right.
So
Right.
But this was the first time this happened. So it likely won't happen again.
Yeah.
Ever. Right? Because we usually sign our own, but this one was 2 people, and I think Zach Martin set the precedent So, and you saw that video. I warned. I said, listen, if you let Zach Martin skip all these young dudes and you let him play hardball with you like this, what's gonna stop CeeDee Lamb from doing it? What's gonna stop Micah? That's exactly what I said, and that's exactly what Micah did. Because Zach Martin taught them, basically, this is how you get your money from Jerry. Except it backfired on Micah. See, if they would have shot Zach Martin, for lack of better words, if they would have made an example out of him like they made an example out of Micah, Micah would have saw it like, ooh, they got rid of Zach Martin. So then if you had a verbal agreement, he would have likely honored it, because he would have been like, Jerry crazy. You know? But now all the players after Micah go be like, he crazy. If he got rid of Micah, he'll get rid of me. So and then the next thing is Jerry need to invest into more medical staff. He does. He just does. When 60% of your players are complaining about not the quality of Brent Brown, but the quantity, you got a staffing issue. And you should take care of your players. And you keeping staff in the way that you keeping it is bad management. But I will also say this.
Right.
I would also say this just to answer your question. The last thing I'll say about this is we also had a whole lot of injuries last year that was not common. You know? So Jerry probably thinking cheap. He thinking, this ain't gonna happen again. This was a one-off. So if I invest into this whole staff and then we go through 4 years of health, I'm paying all this money for this staff and we ain't even using them, you know? Jerry just, you know.
And I don't understand, like, as far as the finances in the NFL in general, the cap is mainly just for the players, right? Okay. So that's not directly coming from the owner's pockets, right?
No. Exactly.
No. Okay, so why is Jerry treating it as if it's coming straight out of his pocket when it's really the NFL's money that he's spending? I don't get that.
Well, it's he managing it. Whether it's coming out of his pocket or not, he's managing it. Now, the parts that do come is bonuses. Because you can so when you pay a high bonus, that kind of helps you ease the cap. Yep.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Right.
So so bonuses is where So and that's why they paid Dak such a huge bonus, because they wanted to have some relief on his cap. So that
makes sense.
So but I will say this about Jerry and them though. They rebounded out of a mess. They rebounded out of a mess well. You know what I mean? Because see, you did a real good job, Rolanda, of explaining how they fumbled with Mike McCarthy. That was a fumble, right? Now you're scrambling for a coach. And then you make a good decision with Brian. And then he makes good decisions with his staff. Right? Then y'all make good decisions in the draft. You know? Then we needed a DT. I'm not going to say it's a good decision to trade Micah, but we are better, at least for game one, than we would have been with Micah. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. But we're always in the back of our mind say we could have been better with Micah and the DT.
Oh, yeah. No. I mean, I'll put it like this. Absolutely. Right? And we're not going to know for sure, Rolanda, if we won the trade until we make the picks.
Right.
So if our next picks, so a lot of people like, we won the trade. No, you want hope. You hope. You feel like, but what if those 2 picks is Taco and Mozzie?
Exactly. Because they do. I've noticed with their team for the last few years, if we're like really like in the middle tier, like I would say in the teens or higher, we pick really, really good. We get the Micah Parsons, the CeeDee Lambs, all of that. But if we're like picking like in the low teens, almost close to 30, or maybe, just in the 26, 28 range, we get the Tacos. We go for the more developmental players than the floor players where you can just plug and play, that kind of thing. Or you miss out on Barton, but you take Guyton instead, that kind of thing. So the concern is we made a trade with Green Bay, and they're already setting up like they're trying to go for it this year, or even, between this year and next, getting Micah Parsons, so they could go deep in the playoffs. That could set them back. Those picks can go from take 12 down to 30 or something. I mean, what players are we going to get with that?
It's funny you said that because, I already looked at Green Bay's records over the years, right? So let me. So I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna put it on the screen, so we can kind of get a clue of what was likely to happen, right? So when I look at Green Bay and I look at their overall record, right? So last year they was 11-6, and now Love is paid, and he's getting to that point to where the game is going to start slowing down for him. Plus, they defense just got better with Micah, right? And so when I'm looking at the trend on them, it looks like when they start rolling, they go on about 3-year rolls. So I'm looking at it now. So let's start at 2014. In 2014, they won 12 games, lost 4. 2015, they won 10 games, lost 6. 2016, they won 10 games, lost 6. Then they had 2 mediocre years. Then they got back on the roll, right? 13-3, 13-3, then 13-4. They went through a lull again. Now it's 11-6. So if I was trying to predict what was gonna happen, what would you predict? Right? They probably finna hit.
Yeah.
They probably finna have for the next 2 years 12, 10, 13 wins. Based on the trend of their franchise. You know what I'm saying? They look like they go through about 2 years of a lull, but then they start rolling for about 3 years. And they've been doing it since 2009. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, they have. Now, Matt LaFleur has gotten them in the playoffs pretty often than not. Which is interesting.
So going back to your
Aaron
point,
Rodgers was there.
So going back to your point, it's smart to anticipate our pick being in the 20s. To your point.
Yeah. Right.
So
who do you think we need to go for if it ends up being and we don't use any of the picks during this year to get, before we hit the trade deadline, before we have to trade for another player for this year?
Good question. Yeah. I think we need to go for best player available between a number of potential positions. The one position that I'm certain they not gonna touch now, because we pretty much built, is the offensive line. So that leaves us with like running back, corner, safety, linebacker, right? We are heavily invested in our edge. I would doubt that we do it again. And then if it's gonna be a player in the bottom of the first round, usually your top edge guys go top 15. You see what I'm saying? So that player is likely gonna be like a Buka. You see what I'm saying? Or it's gonna be like the linebacker from last year, Alabama. It's going to be somebody like that, right? So I don't want to pigeonhole us into a position group. But if I was to make a bet, I would bet $1 million it's going to be a running back. If it's at the bottom of the first.
Okay, a running back?
Yeah, I think we're going to try to get our running back of the future next year. And that's going to be the completion of our offensive line.
Right. I was also kind of, in my view, I was kind of betting this, but it'll probably be too far back. Mm-hmm. We would have to move up, and we generally don't move up unless they get really desperate. Mm-hmm. Since we lost Micah Parsons, you think they're going to try and see if they can get a guy that may be a poor man's version of a Micah Parsons draft?
The problem with a Michael Parsons is it's like, that's why the debate on generational.
Yeah,
generational. See, because some people say he not, and people that say he not only looking at him as an edge rusher. Generational to most of us is talking about his versatility. That's what's generational. Like, and I try to ask people. I say, if you can show me a player that could have been drafted top 10 in both edge and linebacker, if you can pick 3 people in the last 30 years, I would say Micah is not generational. But guess what? You can't find even 2. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So Micah's versatility,
I want to.
Is what makes him generational.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I said his versatility is what makes him generational, not his production. So for people that are saying he's not generational, look at his production. No, look at the versatility. It's the fact that you could have put him all over the line of scrimmage. You could put him in an A gap. You can't do that with Donovan Ezeraku. You can put him at linebacker, any one of the linebackers. You can't do that with Donovan Ezeraku. So there's no poor man's Micah. It's just one Micah. So.
Right. Because I mean, if it was possible, I would try to get Abdul Carter, but Giants probably won't give him up. So
nah,
that ain't gonna happen.
and I'm gonna say this, to be honest, we don't need a Micah Parsons to win it all. It was just fortunate that we had him, but we don't need him to win it all. It's better that we honestly have a more secure middle than Micah, you know? So, you know, Micah didn't have the weight to be completely your most complete edge guy. Like, he would have needed about 20 more pounds. And if that would have happened, that would have took away his athleticism. So, but Micah is also one of your most disruptive players probably in the last 50 years. Because some people, they minimize pressures. It's like, ain't no way you watch the pressures and actually watch the film of his pressures and then say it don't mean shit. It'd be like, you didn't watch it. Because if you really watch it and you see how the quarterbacks be throwing interceptions off them pressures, rushing his throws, incomplete. If you really watch the chaos the pressures cause, you wouldn't minimize the greatness of Micah. So, but we good.
Right.
We good.
And those are true results. Yeah.
We just got to get the picks right. If we get the picks right, I ain't tripping. If you get the next Emmitt Smith, but you gave away Micah Parsons, I'm cool with that. If you get another CeeDee Lamb, but you gave away Micah from that, I'm cool with that. Just get the picks right. As long as you get the picks right, I ain't tripping.
Right. Totally. Yeah. I don't know. If I owned the Cowboys, I would have got the DT and kept Micah, but, you know, I'm not the owner. I'm not the GM. So
all day.
You have to deal with it. So, one last thing, and I'll let you go. You know, with Diz coming back, I'm sure that's, like, really excited. I know you were saying that, you know, there might be concerns of him, you know, being kind of rusty a little bit. But I don't know. I just have this feeling that Diggs just looks really confident, you know, like he really looks like he trusts himself, you know, like he's also mentally there, not just physically. So I don't know, how you feel about that, but I'm just glad he's back, and
I
think he's gonna show up. And
I like his body language.
Yeah, very confident.
Yeah, I like his body language. I like how he, was looking out there. I'm just concerned about the conditioning, because you haven't really been practicing with the guys. You was more so with the medical people, and that's where they have you doing drills and stuff, but nothing gets you ready to play like playing, So conditioning, and then if your conditioning is not where it needs to be, you'll make mistakes generally, because it's hard to push and be mentally focused when you're fatigued. So I'm gonna give him about 4 or 5 games to get his conditioning up, to get back in game shape, to where he can play all 4 quarters and he fine. And I'm gonna give him about 4 or 5 games to trust his knee fully, to where he can just go out there and just relax and just be himself. But I sure hope you're right, because if you right, we finna go crazy. We getting ready to go crazy.
I know, and I think they're gonna put him on a pitch count since he hasn't been, doing that. So I'm sure Elam, Bland, and then I guess somebody was mentioning in a podcast I was listening to, maybe Thomas, what's his name? The safety we have that we really love, Thomas. That he might play some nickel, and he's very versatile from safety to nickel. And I was just wondering, is maybe that the reason why Izzy's not on the team, because they like more of what Thomas brings? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, 1 year. 1
year. Yeah, 1 year. Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
Nah, man. I think we rebounded pretty good off of Izzy. I think we did, because I hated the Izzy cut. But then when I looked at the guy from Minnesota, he looked like a real good nickel fit. So I'm cool with it. I think the Cowboys have greatly rebounded all their fumbles.
Yeah.
They fumbled.
And it looks like they have
but they picked it up. They picked up their own ball. That's what I see. That means some good football minds
and it looks like
in the building.
Yeah, definitely. I do like this coaching staff. I hope we get to see what the end result will be, at the end of the year, and see what happens. But I always felt good about it once, we saw Shotty, making the moves of getting coaches that he, didn't generally have any relationships prior, with. But guys that look like they can, make some noise and do something, with our team. And it looks like we got veteran leadership and veteran help in each of the position groups on our team, which is different than most years. So I like it.
Yep, we good. Appreciate the call, Rolanda. You did great. And go Cowboys. Big game day tomorrow. The off season is over. The season is here. Let's go. Go Cowboys.
Yeah, absolutely. Go Cowboys. I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited.
Yeah.
You have a nice day, boss. Bye.
Good call. Shout out to the women talking about. That's a beautiful thing. Women don't take no backseat in nothing no more. Those days are over. Yeah. So, that, and I really mean that. I love to see women talking about, man. That's a dope thing, where they so passionate about the game. They into the game, and they like the details of the game, it's a real cool thing. Now I just wanted to talk about a little bit my boy Tyler Guyton real quick. I was listening to the collective, and Scott made a good point. They are, if they play him, throwing him out there. That's kind of like, that puts pressure that, to me, Shotty has to manage him too well. I would be honestly very disappointed if y'all throw him out there and then started off throwing that thing around. I would be very disappointed at the common sense of Shotty. I'd be like, bro, what was you thinking? So, because if you go play Tyler Guyton, I would at least want you for the first 3 series to be super run heavy. Just to settle him in. Settle him in. I don't want y'all to put him on his heels too fast. That's just my opinion on that. Another thing I just wanted to just show y'all that was just interesting to me. I went back in time a little bit and I accidentally found something in the Boss Cowboy Guide. In the Boss Cowboy Guide, it's just funny how people that I put in the guide, I never thought that they might even be on a team or a rival. But when I looked back, I saw that my number 3 linebacker was Murray and my number 4 linebacker was Bond. Ain't that something? That just tripped me out when I did my write-up on them, they getting ready to face each other. One for Dallas, the other one for Philly. That's just interesting to me. My number 3 linebacker versus my number 4 linebacker, So, and it also show you that Boss Cowboy guy be hitting. I might write another one this year. I might, it's a lot of work. Because when you're doing those Boss Cowboy guides, man, you looking at not just the draft picks, you also looking at the free agents as well. It's a lot of work. You basically doing double the work of most people, because most people just looking at them draft picks. I'm looking at the free agents that's available too. It's a lot of work. But it gives you a great, well-rounded view of everything. It does. And a lot of times when I do the Boss Cowboy Guide, it makes you fully prepared for the draft, because you can also know what's deep in free agency. You also know that, and it helps you have a better draft strategy. So the last thing I wanted to show y'all is this as an encouragement. Okay. This is the last thing I want to show you before I get out of here. I know it's a long show, but this is important. So everybody should know that we're pushing very aggressively for trade for RB1. And it's a lot of people that would think that their voice don't matter. I want to remind y'all that when we was pushing hard for Key Allen to Dallas, and we was pushing to try to get him to be our number 2 receiver, that it became a national trend. National. Trending in the United States was the hashtag of Key Allen to Dallas. We can do that exact same thing with trade for running back 1. And don't forget, and I'm going to continue to show this because some people don't believe that we can make a difference. But if we was able to make Keenan Allen trend nationally, what's going to happen?
Harry, Steven, and some other people in the front office, they do get a printout. I don't know if it's daily, but every couple of days of, Twitter things that, are being written and people are
Jerry. Listen to all the people he named. Listen.
So Jerry, Steven, and some other people in the front office, they do get a printout. I don't know if it's daily, but every couple of days of, Twitter things that, are being written and people are saying, but I
So let's make that trend as well, because I honestly, authentically know that your Cowboys, in my opinion, is one player away from being not just contenders, major contenders. Can you just imagine? Just try to use your imagination. Imagine Dak Prescott with Jonathan Taylor behind him, with Blue complimenting Jonathan Taylor, with your offensive line being Tyler Guyton, Tyler Smith, Cooper Beebe, Booker, and Steele. And on the outside, you have Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. You telling me your offense not gonna be number one in the league? You telling me that don't make us not even keep up with Philly better than Philly? The people who just won the Super Bowl? So no, I'm not satisfied with the committee. And every day I'm going to do something up until the trade deadline trying to get the Dallas Cowboys to trade for RB1. But I want y'all to be encouraged. Your Dallas Cowboys are ready. They ready for tomorrow. I'm only concerned about the morale. That's it. I'm only concerned about their mental, but physically, they're ready. Let me ask this question that I asked before. Is Dallas keeping up with the trend of superstar DTs winning the Super Bowl? When I first asked that question, it was no. Now when I ask that question, it's yes. Let's go, Cowboys. Let's take them hoes out, man. Fuck Philly.